Hello and welcome back to Pensioners Corner. Today, we're talking about an important update that affects many state pensioners across the UK. Recent findings from the Department for Work and Pensions, often known as the DWP, together with Revenue and Customs, or HMRC, have revealed an issue that has left some pensioners missing out on money they were entitled to. This matter has been under careful review, and efforts are being made to correct it. In this video, we'll walk through what the issue was, who might be affected, what steps have been taken so far, and how progress is being made to fix the problem. Now, before we continue, it's important to clarify something right from the start. This is not about a new scheme or a guaranteed payment for everyone. Instead, this is about correcting historic records where some individuals did not receive proper credits towards their state pension because of administrative issues that took place many years ago. For some, this correction has led to arrears payments being made, and the average figure reported so far is around £7,859. But again, this is not a guaranteed amount for everyone, it's an average based on those cases that have been reviewed and resolved. Let's go back and understand how this situation came about. The root of the problem is linked to something called Home Responsibilities Protection, or HRP. HRP was introduced in 1978 and was designed to help people, often parents who stayed at home to care for their children, so that their state pension wouldn't be unfairly reduced because they weren't working and paying national insurance during those years. In short, HRP gave credits to the national insurance record so that time spent looking after children or dependents still counted towards qualifying for the state pension. The issue arose because, for a long period, particularly between April 1978 and April 2000, not every child benefit claim was recorded with a national insurance number. This meant that the HRP credits were not always correctly applied. Many of those affected were mothers who stayed at home to care for their families, and as a result, they ended up with gaps in their national insurance records. Those gaps could later translate into lower pension payments than they should have received when they reached retirement age. This situation went unnoticed for years, and only recently did it come to light through checks and analysis carried out by HMRC and the DWP. Once identified, both departments began the process of tracking affected individuals and correcting their records. This is not a quick task, it involves detailed reviews of historic data and careful linking of child benefit claims with national insurance records from decades ago. So far, HMRC and the DWP have made progress. Data shows that, up to September last year, HMRC had processed over 37,000 applications from people who were already over state pension age, along with more than 5,000 applications from those who had not yet reached state pension age. Following these corrections, the DWP has paid out around £42 million in arrears to individuals whose pension records were amended. It's worth pointing out that these arrears are not a windfall or a bonus, they are payments that people should have received in the first place had the records been accurate. This is about putting right historic errors, not creating new entitlements. The DWP has also stated that families of pensioners who have since passed away may still be able to claim underpayments. This ensures that money which was missed because of these errors can still reach the families, rather than being lost altogether. Speaking about the issue earlier this year, DWP Permanent Secretary Peter Schofield praised the efforts of the teams working on the corrections. He described it as detective work, because tracing decades-old records, verifying them, and linking them correctly is far from straightforward. He also issued an apology to customers affected by these underpayments, recognizing that people had been let down by the system in the past. He emphasized that restoring confidence in the pension system is crucial, and part of that is making sure errors like this are identified and corrected. HMRC has also been active in making people aware of the issue. Their website has received close to 500,000 visits from people looking for information, and they have sent over 300,000 letters to potentially affected individuals. While not everyone contacted will necessarily be entitled to a payment, these efforts are part of a large-scale attempt to reach those whose records may need to be checked. As cases are being reviewed, progress continues steadily. Out of nearly 20,000 cases that were handed from HMRC to the DWP for further action, around 11,000 have already been resolved. This shows that while the process may take time, concrete steps are being taken, and results are coming through. For pensioners and their families, the key takeaway is awareness. If you think you may have been affected, for example, if you claimed child benefit before the year 2000 and your national insurance record has gaps, it may be worth checking official guidance or visiting the HMRC website to see if you should take further action. Now, let's talk a little more about why this matters. For many people, the state pension is the main source of income in retirement. Even small differences in the amount received can make a noticeable impact on daily life. Missing credits that reduce pension entitlement unfairly could mean someone has less financial security than they should. By identifying and correcting these cases, the DWP and HMRC are helping to ensure that people get what they were always entitled to. The average arrears payment, as mentioned earlier, has been around £7,859. But it's very important to stress again that this is only an average. Some people may receive less, and some may receive more, depending on their individual circumstances and the length of time their records were affected. Others may not be entitled to any arrears at all. The key factor is whether HRP credits were missed from their national insurance record due to this historic issue. Another point to note is that the process does not require individuals to guess or calculate everything themselves. HMRC and the DWP are actively working to identify affected cases, and they have been writing to people directly. However, if someone believes they might have been overlooked, they do have the option to get in touch and request a review. In situations like this, patience is important. The scale of the work is large, and not all cases can be resolved overnight. But progress is happening, and every corrected record is another step towards fairness. For families who have lost loved ones, it may also bring some comfort to know that claims can still be made on behalf of those who have passed away. This ensures that the corrections benefit the families and estates of pensioners, not just those still alive today. Looking ahead, the DWP has said that it is committed to restoring trust and making sure such errors do not happen again. Lessons are being learned from this situation, and improvements are being made in how records are managed. So, what should you do if you think you or someone you know might be affected? The best advice is to check the official HMRC guidance, keep an eye on any correspondence you receive, and if in doubt, seek clarification through the official channels. It's always better to get information directly from the source rather than relying on speculation. This story is a reminder of how complex pension systems can be, and why accuracy in record keeping is so important. For individuals, it underlines the value of regularly checking your national insurance record to ensure it reflects your contributions and any credits you should have received. Doing so can help prevent surprises later on when it comes time to claim your pension. As more cases are resolved, we will continue to see updates from the DWP and HMRC. With £42 million already paid in arrears, the scale of the corrections is significant, but it also shows that action is being taken. Here at Pensioners Corner, our goal is to keep you informed with clear, accurate, and reliable updates on matters like this. The world of pensions can sometimes feel complicated, but understanding these developments is important for everyone who depends on their state pension. To sum up, the issue arose because HRP credits were not always recorded for people claiming child benefit before the year 2000. This left gaps in national insurance records that reduced state pension entitlement. The DWP and HMRC have been identifying and correcting affected cases. So far, over £42 million has been paid in arrears. The average arrears payment has been around £7,859, but amounts vary depending on each individual's circumstances. Families of deceased pensioners may also be able to claim. Progress is ongoing, and more cases are being resolved every month. If you'd like to stay updated on news like this, remember to subscribe to Pensioners Corner. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates in a straightforward and easy-to-understand way, always making sure the information is clear and reliable. Thank you for watching, and take care until next time.